can't really zoom in that close, and you probably can't hear it. But February 28th, we have red-winged blackbirds returned. That's kind of a sure sign of spring there. So it's pretty warm. It's in the mid-40s. We've had a very warm winter. I'm at a hayfield here, a fescue, tall fescue. And this was a endograze, a grazing variety of novel endophyte tall fescue. And clover. There's some ladino and some red clover in here. Here's the fescue. There's the bluegrass. And this stuff, you know, you don't have to have much for it to start photosynthesizing, you know. 45, 50 degrees, it starts turning green. And we keep having these freeze-thaw cycles. So what's going to happen, I anticipate, is this stuff's going to come out, you know, and break dormancy early, start growing. And there's the tall fescue. And what's going to happen is it's going to get up and growing, and then we're going to have some killing frost, which we always do in April. And it might knock a lot of this stuff back. And there's areas here, this is kind of heavy clay ground. We've had a lot of freeze-thaw cycles, and we had a pretty open winter. And we came out of a real dry fall, so the subsurface moisture is real low. When you look at the water impoundments around here, swamps and all that, they're feet below where they're supposed to be, where they generally are on average. But yeah, look at this. I mean, you just, I don't know, 5 degrees off of being t-shirt weather. And so that'll knock back when this stuff comes out so early and starts growing, goes vegetative like this, and then it cools back down and you get a freeze. This stuff will bolt and go to seed pretty early. When it goes to seed, that grass stops elongating, and you know, you don't get a lot of yield first cut. And really, most of your yield, we don't hardly get much for second cutting hay anymore like we used to years ago. You could always count on a second on grass hay and then a third, but unless you have alfalfa now, you don't really get much in this area much anymore. And so I think we're setting up for a real short hay supply here. You know, the hay supply is probably about even with demand right now. I don't think there's a lot of surplus hay around right now, because a lot of people just were 30-40% below normal yield because they didn't get second cuttings, you know, because of how dry it got here. First cutting was average, and that was the first time we just had good average first cutting yields in a couple years, because we had a lot of dry Aprils and hard frost coming into the first week and a half of May that then stunts this grass back. Alfalfa rebounds right away after a frost, but boy, you get 20-degree night for a few hours, and this grass is up 10 inches. It burns it back halfway, and then it does not fully come back up and regrow to its potential. But a little bit, just don't like to see it this warm this early. This ground should be rock hard, frozen, 6 inches of snow. Be nice to see some frost down in the ground, you know, a foot or two, a couple feet, 3 feet. But boy, we got to have a good regular winter for that. And we don't really see in the extended forecast normal temperatures, definitely saying above normal. But you could definitely know there's going to be freeze frost right here where these grasses are real shallow rooted. And, you know, so you're going to have a lot of freeze thaw where this stuff's going to start wanting to expend energy from the roots and grow. and then get burned back. And then I think there's going to be a lot of alfalfa winter kill in my area. But I can't remember when red-winged blackbirds come back, usually. Can't say for sure if this is early to hear them. I think it usually is. But it kind of seems like end of March or something. You see them red-winged blackbirds go nest in the cattail marshes. So, all right. What's it doing in the rest of the country?